Hello Internet, Wanger375 here again for LPX Studios Reviews. Today we're going to be reviewing the Galaxy Note 4. We literally just picked it up from Best Buy just a little bit ago, and we're just going to bring you the mini unboxing because unfortunately they unbox the device for you when you purchase it there. But we're going to go through the rest of what comes in the package as well as the phone obviously and our first impressions of the phone. So without further ado, here we go. One thing I want to complain about, and for most people who've probably purchased from AT&T lately, their packaging has gotten really crappy. Let that focus in there. Yeah, I mean, it was like this with the Note 3 as well too. Like you see, it's just like cheap cardboard, really low quality here. Like just to give you a side-by-side comparison, this is how my old S3 came in. This is not, you know, okay, this was a couple of years ago, but it was, ignore the stuff inside the box there, but it's, you know, it was good quality cardboard and everything. And I don't know, like they're trying to attack the premium market and everything with these phones. And, you know, this is kind of just like, yeah, it's a little discouraging there, but that's just a minor complaint. But let's dive into, so here's the phone, but we'll get to that in a minute. Let's see what else is in the side of the box here. Obviously the phone comes in with it here. Sorry, I was looking at the other screen. It's quick. You don't need the instruction manuals. Let's see what else comes with it. So you got your typical instructions. Milk. All right. I quite never understood what purpose this little thing ever served. We're just going to go ahead and ignore that for a bit. Obviously your charge cables and USB adapter. So fast adaptive charging. I didn't really read upon that, so we'll find out what the deal that is with, you know, with that. I still got the little plastic signs to show you that it's still brand new. And it looks like they reverted back to the normal mini USB cables that they were using before. The Note 3 had the USB 3.0. It had the little attachment on the side with it. I traded mine in, so I don't have my cable to show you guys, but that's what we're using here. And typically they come with, oh, well, looks like they didn't give a headset this year, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, typically you're supposed to receive those the proprietary Samsung headsets here. Let me quickly grab that for you real quick. I have it right next to me here. Yeah, you're supposed to usually get these guys here. This one's a little bit used for my old S3, but they have a newer one. But you know, that's odd that they wouldn't provide that. Or mine could be a defect that didn't come with it, that should have came with it. So we'll get back to that later. So let me just throw this back in here. Yeah, once again, cheap, very cheap packaging. A little bit disappointing, but we can look past that because you're not gonna focus on the packaging anyway, because the main event is the phone, obviously. And I'm gonna tell you right now, folks. Coming from the Note 3, this feels absolutely awesome. I mean, I thought the Note 3 felt good. I mean, it did have that fake plastic on the back, like right here, as you see. And it had like a plastic rounding to it. But I thought it felt nice and it felt thin to me. And it felt great, but I traded it in. And then I was hoping to try this out. And honestly, it feels really good. It's got a nice metal finish to it. On the side here, I don't know if you can see it. It's sort of like a matte finish, so you really can't see the shine. Look at my video here. I really like the little accents they put into it, and you can see on the bottom here. So it's new connectors like that. Obviously, it still comes with the S Pen on the side here. You see it turned on. Speakers in the back now, which I find it odd that, you know, I'm kind of a fan of the HTC. Oops, sorry, this is my contacts. I'm kind of a fan of the HTC One, where they put the speakers on the front. Makes the most sense in my opinion, but that's just my opinion. Much bigger camera. If you compare it to the Note 3, it is a slightly bigger camera. I'm not really going to dive into technical aspects in my reviews, but this is just pretty much just a raw impression of what I'm trying to give, and it feels nice. So let's show you the inside of it really quick. When the Best Buy associate opened it up, I was actually quite surprised on the inside because of how drastically different it was from the Note 3. So before, the SIM card used to be right along here with the micro SD port being on the same port on the top. But they made the battery actually smaller, which is a little questionable, but from what people have been telling me, it's actually a lot more efficient than it was before, so we'll go by that. But looks pretty clean, pretty straightforward and clean, and obviously the expandable memory is always a plus. The back piece is actually thinner than it was in the Note 3, but as you can tell, it's not leather, it's a plastic that's like perforated leather, so it's a faux leather, plastic leather. Hey, but you know what? It feels good. I'm not going to complain about it. It's a little thin though, but who cares? But the sides are definitely, it definitely feels good in your hand. It's a lot more comfortable. It's a bit rounded on the sides, so it does feel much better. So I was very happy from the moment I picked it up, and I was like, I'm going to pick this up. So I was debating whether to pick this up or the iPhone 6. But as you can see here, the interface has changed a little bit since the Note 3. I'm actually preferring, like, from my first impressions, I'm actually liking the cleaner look. It's a lot less intrusive, much easier to look through. Screen looks gorgeous. Every year they've just gotten so much better and better with their screens. Touch interface feels good. And for the people who, there's the Flipboard. This is the proprietary app that I don't like. I'm not a big fan of, but I'm glad. I don't know. I wish they would figure out a way so we can have to use it, but fortunately, that's what they use here. So for me playing around from the time I came from Best Buy and home, before on these phones, if you wanted to close the app menus, you pretty much had to press and hold the home screen. But now that's actually how you bring up Google search. And I also thought, well, what happens when you double tap? When you double tap, it brings up it brings up the S voice, which is pretty much Samsung's version of Siri. I'm gonna close that back up here. But what they did uniquely was, if you guys are familiar with Android phones, they usually have proprietary buttons on the bottom. They pretty much let you do a one-touch task manager. I thought that was actually kind of cool because no longer you have to hold or press, touch of a button and brings up all your apps. Obviously, I just closed them all, and it's coming up there. But honestly, the phone feels great right now. I'm not going to dive in right now to the technical aspects of the phone or the functionality quite yet because I haven't really had time to play with it myself. Just want to just kind of give my first feel impressions that just this is day one right out of the box. And it feels great. I did pick up the Gear Live to try out. I'm actually waiting. I was really hoping to get the Gear S, but they weren't quite available just yet. We're gonna have to wait a few weeks, so we're gonna use the return policy to pick up the Gear S. But yeah, look out for the review for the Gear Live if you're looking into the wearable technologies. But for the people who aren't used to using the phablet phones, a lot of people complain, hey, it's a little bit bigger in your hand. You really don't have one hand functionality to it. I agree with that. Like, there are times where it is very difficult just to use the phone with just one hand. Typically, I find myself using both hands to operate the phone. But honestly, you get over it very quickly. I would say that for a phablet phone, 6 inches may be the maximum I'd be willing to go. I tried out the LG G Flex, which was a 6-inch screen curved phone, for a couple weeks, and honestly, it wasn't too bad. But I couldn't imagine it getting bigger because I tried out the Samsung Galaxy Mega, and that was definitely too big. But this being at 5.6 inches, I believe it was, I think is absolutely perfect. And the phones, once again, I can't emphasize enough how gorgeous it is. Definitely go down to your local cell phone proprietary store or Best Buy Mobile and go to the Samsung section. Just try it out yourself, and honestly, it feels great. So for the people who've been complaining that Samsung phones haven't felt premium for the premium price, they can kind of go away now. Yes, it's not leather or metal backing, but to be honest, most people are going to put a case on this thing. So that argument becomes nullified. Like, so I picked up this OtterBox with it, so I'm definitely gonna be putting it on to protect the phone. But for the people who want to complain about, oh, but it's low quality, it's cheap plastic, who cares? You're gonna put a freaking case on it anyway. So that's just my opinion. But so far the battery life's pretty good. It's at 77%. When I picked it up, it was around 95. They do give you a charge battery when you pick it up, and it's only lost about less than 20%, and I've had for about 5 hours now. So quite impressive. I haven't really used it. I've been running around all day doing errands, so I haven't made any phone calls or anything like that. But yeah. But look out for another review possibly within 2 weeks. I'm gonna give you like a good 1 week, 2 week review on how I like the functionality of phones, maybe the dislikes, and also the dislikes and likes. But yeah, well, thanks for tuning in, and if you have any comments or any other phones or tech that you would like me to review or give a first impression of, just leave it in the comment section below. As always, you can always support my channel by liking or subscribing down below, or both. But thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.